Welcome back to this special edition of Inside Indiana Business. We are coming to you this week from the RVMH Hall of Fame and Museum in Bristol. That's in Elkhart County. You know, a museum, library, and event center all rolled into one. That can be found right here, right off Interstates 80 and 90. More than 100 years worth of classic campers are on display here. Visitors can walk along the winding road and go in and out of some 75 vehicles, which detail the history and technological advancements made in the industry from around World War I all the way through modern day. Well, a building that once housed Bayer Corporation has been transformed into a living STEM laboratory for kids and adults, featuring everything from robotics labs and augmented reality stations to holograms and a hands-on museum. The $8.2 million ETHOS Innovation Center was a long time in the making and would not be possible without the entire community coming together and getting behind the vision. Two people who have spearheaded the project are Executive Director Patsy Baylor and Elkhart Community Schools Interim Superintendent Mark Mao, and they join me now with more. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Patsy, talk about, if you would, because a lot of this was your vision. Many years ago, you were a former Bayer employee.
Yes, started at Miles
and started
and then at
this
Bayer.
whole thing. How did the idea come about?
Well, one of the things that Bayer was realizing was that there were fewer and fewer students who were following STEM careers, were pursuing that, and they were looking to start developing and enlarging a talent pool for employees. And so they had asked if I would go out and do some research and see what kind of programming would really lend itself to encouraging students to follow those kind of careers. And so we put together a model and brought that back to them and shared that with the Bayer Foundation.
Bayer ultimately left the Elkhart area, but you've transformed this former Bayer facility into what is now 100,000 square feet. It's amazing space. Talk about some of the assets that are really at the ETHOS Center.
Well, our core business is to manage science materials for area schools and then to provide the professional development training that teachers need in order to teach those science kits. And then we have wraparound programs, if you will. Robotics is our most popular program. It's a kindergarten through 12th grade program where students can come in and be involved in the first programming component. And so they will design and program and build robots that will then interact on a field. We also have underwater robotics and drones.
Wow. It goes on and on. Mark, from a school standpoint, right. You're interim superintendent. You were superintendent for 10 years, been with the district for 42 years. What kind of a benefit and impact does the ETHOS Center have for education in Elkhart County?
Well, it's a huge benefit, Gary, and from a school standpoint, having the expertise at ETHOS, particularly in the areas of critical thinking and problem solving, those are areas that impact not only STEM education, but education in general. And for a school system to have that resource next door, if you will, is a great opportunity.
When you talk about problem solving, certainly the job of the school system is to provide, to produce talent in a sense.
Right.
And whether that talent goes on to a 4-year or 2-year educational institution, or maybe it's directly into the workforce, ETHOS Center, I assume, helps in that process.
Well, it does, and it helps students regardless of where they're headed. The ability to solve problems, work collaboratively, and think critically, we know is important for employers in the Elkhart area and really across the nation.
I think it was a community effort that really has come together to make the ETHOS Center a reality. $8.2 million. That's a big number, but the community is rallying to the cause.
The community has been just tremendous in providing so much funding for this and support. Like you said, the project was 8.2, and we're about 85% of the way through with that particular project. And so the generosity of the community has really made this happen.
And you're looking at perhaps an additional expansion in the future.
We do have 14 acres, and so we're trying to cast the vision for what those needs of the community might be met with other expansions.
Well, it truly is a unique STEM experience right here in Elkhart County. The ETHOS Center, Patsy Baylor, the executive director of the center, also Mark Mao, the interim superintendent, Elkhart Community Schools. Thank you both very much.
Thank you, Gary.
Gary.
All right.